as one of the players that came to Chicago in the Matt Garza trade with the Rangers. Made his major league debut at the end of the season in 2015. A player that began the year in AAA is given the ball to save a World Series win in the 10th inning in Game 7. Oh, and 1 to Jose Ramirez. That's a foul ball. There have been more twists and turns along the way in this winner-take-all 7th game than we have time to recount. 0-2 to Ramirez. A ball and 2 strikes now.
There's only one position player that hasn't appeared in this game for either team. That's Jorge Soler. Everybody else has had a role in this game.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Ramirez scored the run in the 8th after singling. That made it a 6-4 ball game. The 2-2 to him is bounced to shortstop. Russell to Rizzo. And the Cubs are 1 out away from their first World Series win in 108 years.
A lot of ups and downs tonight for Joe Maddon. They got up early, first batter of the ball game, in a home run. And then they had a 3-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th. The Indians scored 3, capped off by the Rajai Davis 2-run home run off of Robles Chapman.
It'll be Brandon Guyer with 2 gone and the bases empty. Joe Maddon got to the World Series as Mike Scioscia's bench coach with the Angels in 2002 and won a ring. It was that year that his father passed away. And Joe has carried his dad's Angels cap with him ever since. He's got it with him tonight. He pulled it out of his bag tonight when we met with him in the office, and it was the old Angels logo, the periwinkle blue. Joe told us he thinks about his dad in moments like this, and I'm sure he'll be on Joe's mind regardless of what the outcome is tonight. It's 3 balls and no strikes now.
Yeah, Joe told us his dad wore that baseball cap around his shop, and he had it tucked in his backpack and put it on his desk because he was talking about his father. When he was asked, who are you going to think about tonight in this game?
Rajai Davis is on deck. He hit the game-tying home run in the 8th. The 3-0. Guyer taking all the way, and he might be taking another one too.
Rajai Davis hit the home run in the 8th. He's on deck.
There's ball 4, and Davis will have a shot as the tying run again. Only this isn't the bottom of the 8th. He is the last chance for Cleveland. Chris Bosio comes out. This was the swing that Rajai Davis took in the last of the 8th. After the Indians had made it a 2-run game, Davis tied it with just the 3rd home run allowed by Aroldis Chapman all year, and this place went crazy. Fazio coming out perhaps to give the rookie Carl Edwards Jr. a blow. And maybe just to remind him of what they want to do specifically with Davis. He's the tying run. Geyer's going to run. Nobody cares. He gets into second base. And it's a ball and no strikes to Davis.
Rajay Davis has hit 2 home runs in a game 3 times in his career. Most recently, May 18th at Cincinnati.
Davis with a base hit back up the middle. Here comes Geyer. And it's a 1-run game.
Boy, Rajay Davis put a good swing on that pitch. He stayed right on it, as he was able to cash in Geyer, who took second, and now Maddon is out. He's going to make another pitching change. Mike Montgomery, the lefty.
Michael Martinez is the scheduled hitter. It'll be just his 3rd plate appearance of the series. Perhaps one last change of 2016. We'll be right back. Well, the Indians aren't going away quietly. Rajay Davis with a 2-out RBI single to extend their chances tonight, make it a 1-run ball game with 2 out in the 10th.
Rajay Davis delivers a solid single to center, and that knocks Carl Edwards Jr. out of the game. Not so much that he was throwing poorly, but because the left-hander Mike Montgomery has been a starter, and he's got a good chance of keeping Davis put at first, the lefty.
Michael Martinez is a career 197 hitter in 267 career games. He's been a role player his whole career, switch hitter in from the right side. Claimed off waivers by the Indians from the Red Sox roster. Little tapper to Bryant to win the World Series for the Chicago Cubs. "108 years in the making." A Game 7 that will go down in history as one of the best, one of the most compelling, one of the most unpredictable in Major League Baseball history.
Absolutely, when you think about all the twists and turns that occurred in this ball game. John Lester pitching 3 innings after starting on Sunday. Aroldis Chapman giving the tying home run to Rajay Davis in the 8th. And the Cubs just never quit.
Murphy's Bleachers is alive. I don't think it's going to shut down or close probably for what, a year. They're going to stay open around the clock for 12 months. A mob scene outside Wrigley Field in Chicago, where it looks like fans in the Midwest have endured weather in that city as well. The light rain came down tonight, seemed to change things, Buck. The Indians had all the momentum. The rain delayed the proceedings in the top half of the 10th. And the Indians, who fought back valiantly tonight, despite a pair of deficits, one as big as 4 runs. They tied it at 6. They would lose in 10.
Brian Shaw closed out the 9th inning and a strikeout and a terrific defensive play from his shortstop, but then the rain delay seemed to take the steam out of his pitches, and the Cubs were able to score 2 runs on 3 hits in the 10th. And the irony is, Aroldis Chapman picks up the win.
"103 wins during the regular season. It doesn't happen all the time that the winningest team claims the Commissioner's Trophy. That was the destiny of the 2016 Chicago Cubs.
The first team since the Pirates in '79 to win 2 games on the road to come back from a 3-1 deficit.
They were the class of the league all season long. John Lester wins his 3rd ring. A young nucleus of largely homegrown players that will be a factor in the National League for what many folks feel will be years to come.
And how about the story in the capper on a 15-year career for David Ross? He comes into the game and hits a home run in his final game.
It's out-ended, the final out tonight. 4 hours and 28 minutes of Game 7 dramatics. Nothing comfortable about the way the Cubs won it tonight. They had to earn every bit of it.
Well, you know what? And I think these 2 teams were so evenly matched throughout the 7-game series, and you can't take anything away from the Cubs. They had a great season all year long. They earned this championship for sure. And Joe Maddon, he was able to put this team in a frame of mind that made them believe they were the best team in baseball, and they proved it with their win tonight.
Chris Bryant, likely MVP winner in the National League. We'll learn the results of that voting in a week or so. He celebrates a World Series title in just his 2nd year in the big leagues, as the Chicago Cubs celebrate. The coaching staff embraces. The front office raises a cheer. And an extended nation of long-suffering Cubs fans can finally celebrate. The Chicago Cubs, 2016 World Series champs. We'll be back. There's a little matter of...
Unbelievable.